I have to say, as I walked in out here, I was expecting many things. One, of course, meeting a legend. So I have to just say that there's a bit of a fan moment. I know I'm supposed to have just a normal conversation with you, but this is a big fan moment for me because I think really very few people in their lifetime are already legends. So now that I've embarrassed you and put you into a situation, ab kya kare? The part that has surprised me as I walked in out here, the amount of tech you're surrounded with. So you don't have any aspirations to start hosting tech shows or anything because I'll be out of a job.
No, my thing was like, I was left with all this amazing synthesizers, and when my dad had bought the first synthesizer in South India,
Okay.
and he got a free ticket. Japan, he passed away in 76. So my toys were all, rhythm machines and, synthesizers and combo organs and stuff like that. And then I grew up with that.
Which is the way you think music should be consumed?
It's a personal choice for people how they should listen to music. Some people have the best systems. Like doctors, I've heard them say that, I finish my work, I just have my system and I close my eyes and listen to music. Some of them are on headphones. But the worst is having a mobile phone listening to. That's not bad. And those tiny speakers, that is disservice to all the creative people who work so hard.
The association, the partnership that you have with JBL, with the entire thing that you do with them, take me through the association.
Yeah.
Why them? They have a great legacy with sound.
Yeah. But so the first professional monitors I ever saw was a 4412, I think. I saw it in a studio called Media Artists. And I said, I need to buy it. And it was very expensive. And so I had to collect money. I had a second-hand some other speaker, like a home theater speaker in my studio. I couldn't afford it. And I had a good reference monitor, the Control 5, I think.
Okay.
Which was again JBL.
Right.
Then this 4412s, I got finally money and then bought it. I bought them. So, and my memory of JBL was very early on. And then when the M2s came now, I just grabbed it. I told JBL guys, get me those. I want that in every studio of mine, like Mumbai and Chennai.
Oh, so that's what you have everywhere?
Yeah, because they're mastering speakers.
Right, absolutely.
And it's fantastic.
What is the JBL Fest all about? Take me through, what's that experience like? I mean, what happens?
I think it's bringing people towards JBL, first of all, and that festival actually kind of helps you to meet the cool artists and dealers, and so some of them I've never met and they see me for the first time from Cochin. They come and meet me there, or from other countries, like from Korea, and so it's nice to see. And then I love to hear their thoughts about music, where it's going, and what happens in their place, and how they listen to music, and it's a nice exchange thing. I think it's important for us.
So scoring music for movies now. It now has a very different demand, right? I mean, you've got to be able to do Dolby Atmos. You've got to be able to do a sound that is as good as the incredible visuals that you have on screen. All of that, right?
That's what pulls them to the theater. The placement of the audio and Dolby Atmos and all that stuff is really challenging and also demanding, exhausting. But to answer your question about what has changed in scoring because of all this, and initially even the vocals have to be because it was very theater driven, so everybody used to shout, and because only when you shout the speaker would. Now you can whisper, and that will come in. The softest whisper is the loudest, and even in the scoring thing, you don't need to jam pack, like 160 piece orchestra. You can have just one solo instrument processed in a way where it fills the whole ambience. And one voice can just make a cue.
I want to ask you about Le Masque. Why that entire thought process so much? I mean, the kind of buzz around that is now absolutely deafening. So tell us a little bit more about this.
I think I had to bring my wife into things. If somebody comes 20 feet away, she'll tell what scent he's wearing.
Oh, right. Okay.
And she'll run away if it's a bad smell. so she's like that. She's gifted with that. And I was like, to cheer her up one day, I said, hey, let's take a movie with scent. And I was like, we'll take rent a place, build a theater with projectors, and then scent will be up. And then by then VR had come. And I said, why don't we bring that idea to this one? And then everything happened. We did a previs, and then we went to Rome, shot this thing. And it was a very slow process, because like how cinema had challenges in the beginning, the cameras need stitching, and the stitching was not good enough with the computer, so we had to manually find places. Everybody kind of washed their hands off it. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to bring it back because thousands of people have worked on it, and under the leadership, I should bring that to the world. And then we had a little snippet at Cannes Festival 3-4 years back, and people were queuing to watch it. And I said, something told me that this is special. You should not leave it.
You're also becoming a huge brand ambassador for women power. You did this concert, which is an all-women orchestra, which is done, out there. Is this an important thing? Is this something that you do consciously? Is this something that you anyway feel within, that women are really going to be?
I have been brought up by a single woman, my mom.
Right.
And she was a powerhouse, right? I've seen her get humiliated, but the world, 100 people will be watching when she was getting humiliated by her own family. So I was watching all that, and I just now respect her so much, because this woman had 3-4 kids, husband died, single-handedly brought us up. She faced all the challenges. Then, she stood by me, and that's why I had to mention her on the Oscars. So, when I said my mother is there, and mere paas maai. That whole thing came because it's the background, that is just the tip of the iceberg. The whole iceberg is what she did for us.
Yes,
Talking about Firdaus, I had a call when my friend Shekhar Kapoor introduced me to Her Excellency Vimal Hashmi of Dubai, and I met her, and she said, "AR, can you make a women orchestra?" I said, well, "This is groundbreaking." A person from the government asking me in an Arab country, asking me to make musical orchestra filled with women. And the idea itself was groundbreaking. So I got my friend Mesakara and all my friends together, and we formed a team, and we auditioned, and we now have one of the most dynamic women orchestra in the world.
I'm going to ask you one or two of the very quick questions. Typically when two people sit down, the quick fire is something that is always interesting, and for the audience it always comes out very quickly. So first and foremost, now the techie part of you I want to explore. So if you were only able to have one gadget, all the others were to be taken away for some reason. If you were only allowed
the smartphone is not there.
Yeah, you can take back one. What is the one tech you can't live without?
I can live without anything.
Okay, which is the one that you would still love to have back?
The phone, because the phone's got my voice recorder, which I use a lot. Then I have emails. I'm not on WhatsApp much.
Okay.
And that's it. I think I have my direction compass. I use my stopwatch for like a prayer bead.
Okay.
So the tap one. Because I don't have a prayer bead.
Okay.
So these are the apps mostly I use.
Okay.
And I use the Tampura app for practicing. And photograph, of course.
Okay, so you've truly defined why a smartphone is the reason why 175 standalone gadgets all retired. You've just named about 8 to 10 that most people wouldn't even know about, how every one of us uses phones very differently. Is this a good move forward, that professional features, professional products are now available for everybody to consume?
Absolutely. I think why deny that to people? Why you have something, why deny? And when it comes, even when you get it for even a budget price, and everybody can enjoy that, and then that raises the bar. That raises the bar and what's good and what is bad.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. I think this is, I came here to have a conversation with you. I think it's become an education.
Oh,
and I think, no, I've absolutely loved this. Thank you so much.